Welcome to my channel. A few years ago, I did a Master of Laws at Harvard Law School. And in this video, I would like to show you how my personal statement, Part A, looked like. If you are applying to Harvard, you know that they want you to submit 2 essays. One is Part A and one is Part B of what they call personal statement. This video is going to be Part A, which is an essay on a legal topic. I will walk you through what I wrote and what got me admission. I really hope it's going to be helpful. It's applicable to other universities as well. For instance, if you're applying to Oxford or for the Hauser Scholarship at NYU, they also ask you to submit an essay on a legal topic. Let's dive in. Here we are. I'm going to walk you through my essay and show you how I've done it and address the questions I get the most from prospective applicants. As you can see, my essay was about international criminal law, and specifically it was titled "The Season of International Criminal Law, Game Over." The issue that I analyzed here was that the world has seen proliferation of international criminal tribunals, and everybody was excited, and there was hope that the atrocities would be prosecuted. But what followed was actually a disappointment with the current system of international criminal tribunals. In that essay, first of all, I introduced the topic and then I analyzed the most frequently used models of international criminal tribunals. They include purely international tribunals, hybrid tribunals, internationalized domestic courts, and then I suggested a solution, a permanent hybrid tribunal on the basis of the UN General Assembly. And that was my essay, as you can see. Now, the first question I wanted to address in this regard is whether you should write about something that aligns with your background. The answer is you can, but you don't have to. As you can see, this one is on international criminal law, and this is not my main area of expertise. I do private law, private international law, and international civil procedure. However, for the HLS personal statement, I wanted to choose this particular topic because it was interesting to me, and I genuinely write a lot about the design of adjudicatory bodies. At the time when I applied to Harvard, that wasn't my area of expertise. It became it after. But as you can see, it was successful. If you are struggling, I always suggest to go with the topic that you feel the most alignment with personally. It doesn't have to be something from your background. You can write something from scratch. I did that. The point is that you need to demonstrate your reasoning, analytical, and writing skills. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking for knowledge here. You're not educating them on this topic. You're showcasing how you can think and write. This is very important. Another question that I get is, should it be on international law? Because it's going to be an essay for the US audience. Are they going to be interested in my home jurisdiction? I see a lot of that, unfortunately, from applicants not coming from Western countries. And I would like to tell you that you can write on any topic of international, regional, or national law. It is perfectly valid to write about your home jurisdiction. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of benefits to it, because first of all, you are definitely going to be an expert in your home jurisdiction. You are going to be more of an expert than the admissions committee. What that means is that you have a strength here and you're very welcome to play to it. If you look at the HLS prompt, they clearly say that it can be an issue of international, regional, or national importance. They do not discriminate. Another question I wanted to address is whether it should be academic or applied. I get that question a lot as well. If you look at the prompt, it does not say that they prefer academic. This is different from, for instance, Oxford. Oxford clearly says that they have preference for academic writing. Harvard does not. I suggest taking that at face value, because what that means is that you can again play to your strength. You do not have to bend yourself over and try to be something you are not. If you have doubts, I always suggest to come back to the purpose, why you are doing this, why they are asking you to do this. As mentioned, they want to see how you think and write. They are not evaluating you on your chosen path. When we're talking about LLM, it's a step that people take regardless of whether they're going to be academics or practitioners. It is a very inclusive program. Let's put it this way. What that means is that you can deliver a highly competent analysis of an issue, regardless of whether it's written in an academic or applied manner. Go with what you feel most comfortable with, because you are more likely to produce a high-quality piece of writing if you do that. Another question that I'd like to address is, well, there are so many topics that are hot or trendy. Should I go with that? Because all I see is that everybody is writing about AI or climate change. Again, if that is what you're interested in, if that is something you truly enjoy researching and writing about, then I suggest yes, go with the trend. But I wouldn't just go with the trend because it's a trend. HLS is highly competitive. You're going to be competing against people who are genuinely interested in these things, who've researched them, who've done summer schools and internships and courses dedicated to that. They will deliver a better writing. If you want to compete with them, you have to compete on your own terms. And you are more likely to produce a high-quality piece of writing if you write about something you are genuinely invested in. If that's not a trend, then so be it. Life is diverse, and I believe it is valid to preserve that diversity. Those are the most frequently asked questions. I hope it's been helpful, and I wish you best of luck.